Hi, Ryan Stills. I am the captain of the Vegan Strong plant-built team powerlifting side. I went vegan in beginning of 2019, so it's been just over 4 years. I was pescatarian before that, tried vegetarian before that. Couldn't find a right balance and everything until that time with some help from friends. The reason I went vegan was I didn't want to have to impose my will on another sentient being just for my own existence. So pulled the trigger on it and never looked back.
So how did you learn about imposing your will on another sentient being? Because a lot of people don't seem to realize this.
Yeah, so my background and study was in Buddhism. So with that being kind of a baseline foundation of having empathy and being able to care for all living beings. And to me, I just took it to the point to where I found that, especially with how the meat industry is, how it runs, how damaging it is for the environment, I thought if I could do a small part and it fit within the guidelines of how I live my life, that I would make sure to take those steps, and I did.
Was it easy? Did you do it gradually, or did you just jump right in once you kind of had this epiphany of sorts?
I went vegetarian, I tried pescatarian, did a number of things like that. And then when I decided I was gonna go, because I couldn't find the calories that I needed to be able to maintain the size that I am and the performance I wanted. So I thought, after I tried it a number of times, but it got to the point where I said, unless I pull the Band-Aid off and just try and go all in, I won't know what I can do. And so when I did that, I had a lot of friends around me that helped me out, and lost a little bit of weight to start with. But once I figured out the chemistry and how to work everything, it was fine. And now I'm as strong or stronger at 47 years old than I have been in my entire life.
Regarding what you just said there, do you have any kind of tips or tricks that you want to throw out there?
Well, I think people don't utilize a lot of the resources that they have. So there's a lot of websites. There's people like myself. If you get into those situations where you don't know what's next, or what do I eat for this, using like nut milks, nut butters, tempeh, love tempeh, using those and then knowing how to cook them, what to use them in, man, it really helped me out quite a bit. And I was able to maintain a slim 260 pound frame, but I also am able to I squat over 700 pounds. And those are things that I was doing or trying to get close to doing back in my 30s. And yeah, I think that it definitely hasn't slowed me down and been beneficial towards my gut health and energy levels.
Wow. So what's a typical day of eating look like for you?
I graze, but normally I'll only have like 2 pea protein shakes, sometimes 3. My breakfast is normally going to be a protein shake. Then I'll have like a banana and like an almond butter or peanut butter. Lunch is going to be some combination of either tempeh and falafel, hummus. Then I'm another protein shake or so. Dinner is a mixture of things. I do love pastas, so pastas are always really great. And then I love cereal. So at the end of the night, having like an oat milk and cereal. So I take in, I'm over 3,000 calories a day, but not as much as most people would think for somebody who's my size. So it's pretty good. I also don't take in like 300 grams of protein. I've not needed it. I take in about 220 grams of protein on a good day at a body weight of 260, 265 pounds.
Now, have you noticed any physiological, mental, or emotional changes since you've done this?
Mental clarity. I feel when I used to eat meat, even if it was a little less when it was fish, but with red meats, just that cloudiness that I get after you eat and like your body's breaking it down, it takes so long. A lot of what I'm eating now breaks down faster. So it seems to impact me in a mental health way. So I don't feel like I just got to eat and I have to wait before I do things. My activity levels have risen. So yeah, it makes me feel better that way.
Awesome. And could you be with somebody who's not doing this, not vegan?
100%. This is a lifestyle choice that I feel like the more we ingratiate people into it in an inclusive manner instead of an exclusive manner really helps. I've got a number of people, I run a gym, and we probably have 20% are vegan, 80% aren't. But you find people are cutting down on how much meat they have because they see, I can do this and I don't have to eat as much as I want. And I see these people, which kind of like what we're doing right now here today, is showing that you can do all these things. Plants have all the protein you need and you don't have to go above and beyond that. Unless you're able to be open to other people watching that and seeing it from the outside and at time criticizing it, you're never going to reach the populations that we want to.
How often do you cheat on your vegan diet?
Oh, never. But that's also my choice, and I think that's the biggest portion is these are choices that we make as individuals and they fit our lifestyles and our life goals and how our perceptions are on others. Now, if somebody isn't this way, because I was not always this way, do I think I was a bad person then? No. Was I ill-informed possibly? Right. So my evolution in self brought me to where I am now. So I'm not going to look down on somebody else who may not have the same ideals that I have or hasn't reached that epiphany in their own time. So I think bringing people along in that manner is probably the best way. Once again, it's all an individual choice, and unless we can let other people see how it impacts us, they're not going to be open to changing.
And why are we here today?
Today is to show that we can be the light. There is a way, and you don't have to, if you don't want to, be those that are, you eat meat, you're drinking, eating dairy, you can be a vegan, and everything in your life can stay the same or get better. That's really what it is. It's not a matter of looking down our noses at anybody. It's a matter of saying, this is the example that you're gonna have. If this is what you choose to do, you can absolutely do it. And I feel more people have these barriers in their minds around what they can't do because they haven't seen it actually happen than they do of the fear that, of the what if. So when somebody sees it happen and they do it, then they can look and say, okay, so if so-and-so's done this and they've been doing this for this long, I can also do that. And to me, I feel that is the best example to set and possibly one of the best ways to get people on board.
And how are you setting that example today? You're here for the Mr. America.
Right, we're here for the Mr. America. Essentially, it's going to be the 5 different events that we have here, being CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman, kettlebell. Yeah, bodybuilding, the biggest one. 175 people are going to be at bodybuilding side. Tomorrow I'm going to go out there and lift in the powerlifting side. I'm hoping to break some of my own records. I should break all the meet records. Hoping to get best lifter. So for me, if I can squat about 720 pounds, bench around 460, pull maybe that 804 pounds I've been going after, it'll be a good day. Yeah.
Wow. Now, have you had any major accomplishments that you want to share in the past, like doing this sort of thing, competitive stuff?
Sure, competitively, I'm a 5-time Masters World Champion for the IPF. My last 2 times I was vegan. One of those times I got best lifter, and the other time I got second best lifter. So that means that not only did I win my weight class in my group, but I also by formula beat everyone else in every other weight class that's out there. So looking to be able to do that tomorrow in the open category, not in the Masters category. Like I said, I'm 47 years old and I'm gonna fight off some of these 25-year-olds. It gets harder every year.
Do you have any quotes or recommendations or suggestions or encouraging words or anything that we didn't cover that you want to get out there?
I'll tell you, there's one thing that I live by, and this fits in a lot of different areas of the world. I think it was Theodore Roosevelt, and he had said, no one cares how much you know unless they know how much you care. And I think that that's what doing this is about. We're showing people that not only do we care for the animals, but we care for individuals and people enough to be able to show them that there's another way to live.
Beautiful stuff. And how can we find out more about you? You have a social media?
Yep, it's Ryan Stills _powerlifter. Normally on Instagram. If you have questions, reach out. I mean, I have plenty of people that reach out to me. They think, he won't answer my questions. He won't answer my, absolutely will. That's what we're here for. We make ourselves accessible. And I look forward to talking to you.
Joining us on the couch ahead of a big competition this weekend is local powerlifter Ryan Stills, captain of the Vegan Strong Plant Build team. Good morning, Ryan. Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning, thank you.
So, people don't necessarily associate a plant-based diet or vegan vegetarianism with being the fuel to be a great powerlifter, but you are proof that that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, plants have all the protein you need, right? People think that you have to eat meat or, gorge yourself with so many calories, but what I've done is over the last 4+ years is change my diet from being, changing to a plant-based diet where I'm vegan now, so I have no animal products at all. And I'm able to get the calories that I need, the protein that I need, and yeah, my competitions have not suffered at all.
Wow, I think a lot of folks would probably be surprised to hear, vegan powerlifter kind of in the same sentence. What made you want to go vegan?
For me, it was a personal choice where I didn't want to have to impact another sentient being to be able to live my life. Mm-hmm. So animal rights is important to me, and not having to have, it gets really tough when we look at how much stress the meat industry also puts on our own planet. Mm-hmm. So for me, if I could do that and show that you don't have to live that way, and if you want to have a plant-based diet, you can still do all the things that you wanted to do. So like I said, I've been a competitor for 30 years. And over the last 4 years, I've been as strong or stronger than I ever have been.
Wow. Yeah, so let's talk about that. How has it transformed into success for you? I know that you are quite decorated in your craft, so tell us a little bit about that, and then I guess just training.
Sure. So when I went plant-based, at first it took me a while to kind of figure out what it was I was supposed to eat. And then once I realized that things like tempeh, using more nut milks, things like that really helped me get the calories I needed. And I feel for me, I take in less calories because my body's able to fuel itself better with what I have. It's not taking so long to break down these large proteins. So it's really helped me during that time. And then during my training, the things that I'm eating during training or when I have a meet, they're fueling me. I'm able to get what I need out of them, but I'm not taking in extra calories. They're going to slow me down. So it's really helped me with my performance, and I've seen it help others.
There can be that, misconception sometimes that vegan automatically equals healthy, which is not always the case. You still do have to find healthy foods, right? Even Oreos are vegan, So
Indeed.
was it a bit of a learning curve to find the right kind of protein sources and what was going to work best for you?
It was, and I think that's actually a great portion to understand too. Is you can still live that same life that you had. So if you want to go get burgers. There's plenty of places that have vegan options for burgers
days,
now.
absolutely.
So if you're thinking that I'm just going to miss out on the flavors that I used to love, the flavors often that you're getting are the seasons that go into a meal. It's not necessarily the product that the meal is. So if I were to say, do you like chicken? And I said, if I just boiled the chicken and gave it to you, you probably wouldn't think that's delicious.
Yeah, I'd pass.
Right.
I'll
And
pass
so
on that.
if I'm looking for something else, like if I'm taking like tempeh, I can season tempeh to taste just like anything. Soy's with things like tofu is another great option that you have. So you can make those things taste any way you want to. So it's just a transport for the flavor profile that you're looking for.
That's a really good point. I don't think I've necessarily thought of it like that because the only person in my life eating boiled chicken is my dog. So, you got a big competition this weekend. Tell us what it is, what you're going to do there, and how we hope to win.
Sure. So it's the Mr. America. We have our Vegan Strong Plant-Built team is bringing about 40 different competitors in 5 different sports with kettlebell, strongman, CrossFit, bodybuilding, and powerlifting. We're going to show that you can do all the things that you want to do on a plant-based vegan diet. And being able to do this, we're going to show that, and we've done this over the last couple of years, but even at the highest level. So for myself, I'm looking at probably hitting about a 720-pound squat, benching around 460 pounds, and hopefully deadlifting around 804 pounds.
Only 460 pounds?
my
Come
goodness.
on, I could have
Wow.
done that in my
I think I pulled a muscle just hearing you talk about that. Well, you've got 5 world championships under your belt. He was named world's best lifter in 2021. Looking to add another title this weekend. That's pretty cool. Where can people go if they want to learn more about whether they're already into weightlifting and bodybuilding and they want to go vegan, or whether they want to kind of get into this world? Where do they start?
Veganstrong.com is a great location. You go there, there's a lot of resources on there. It's one of our sponsors. They're really helping us get the message out there that plants have all the protein you need, and that if you want to live this lifestyle and still flourish as an athlete, it can be done.
That's pretty
It
cool.
absolutely can be done, as is proof of, what did you say, 460 pounds you can bench?
Yeah.
That 800-plus pound deadlift. All right, Ryan, we'll be cheering for you. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you
Again,
much.
if you want to learn more, you can check out the Vegan Powerlifter